Today on Mr. Bubbles.
If you're doing all of these things on a consistent basis, if everything that I just mentioned, from an optimized Google My Business to your 5 rounds and everything in between, if you're doing all of those things, you can guarantee yourself 20 to 30 jobs per month. Guys, welcome to the Mr. Bubbles channel, where we dish out awesome pressure washing business advice to beginners. I got a doozy for you guys. I've been getting a lot of emails recently from people, one or two types of people. Either you're A, thinking about starting a pressure washing business, or B, you're in a process of starting a pressure washing business. So what I decided to put together a video for you guys, breaking down the 4 things that you're going to need to have in place in order for you to have a lot of success, in this new industry in pressure washing, basically. But anyway, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Of course, if you've never seen any of my videos, guys, my channel's chock full of, videos, how to wash a roof, how to wash a house. I got a downstreaming series that you guys can watch. So on the operational side, I just recommend you watch all of the videos because there's going to be a lot of great content on there for you. But anyway, so the 4 things. Number 1 thing that you're going to need to have in place in order to start a pressure washing business in 2026 is, one, you're going to have to come up with a name. Name and then get an LLC. And once you have your LLC paperwork, which usually you do it with your accountant, that's how I did it. And then 3, you're going to set up a bank account. So those 3 things: name, LLC paperwork, bank account. So let's talk about the name real quick, because this is very important. What I recommend you guys do is pick a name where you have 1 or 2 keywords relative to the industry within your name, right? Like, for example, my company is called Mr. Bubbles Power Washing Services. So, the keywords there being power washing services, right? So, don't just call your company, for example, Elite Services. It doesn't have any keywords in it, right? So that's your number 1 tip there. Also, don't name your company. This is just my strong recommendation for you. Don't name your company whatever your name is, because there's a lot of companies out there already with names on them, and it shows a little lack of creativity. You want to do a little bit of research. You can go into ChatGPT and get a great name there. Just go to ChatGPT and say, hey, give me 25 name ideas for, a new pressure washing business. That's what I would do. A great name. I was thinking about this the other day. I think this is a great name for you guys that are watching out there. The first person that jumps on this name, of course, is going to get it. I really like the name Mr. Nice. Mr. Nice Pressure Washing Services. I like that name. I like answering the phone. Mr. Nice, how can I help you? I like the name Mr. Nice. So Mr. Nice Pressure Washing Services is a great name. Anyway, like I said, you can just go on YouTube, not YouTube, guys, on ChatGPT, and get yourself some great name ideas there. Run them, through your friends and family members as well. But like I said, 1 or 2 keywords from the industry. So you want to do power washing or pressure washing or soft washing or gutter cleaning, something that is within the industry. I recommend pressure washing services. So name, like 1 name, 1 letter, not letter, but 1 word or 2 words, like Mr. Nice Pressure Washing Services, Elite Pressure Washing Services. The other thing is, don't name your company whatever your town is. I've seen this a lot. Like, I'm in Waldorf, Maryland, right? I'm not called Waldorf Pressure Washing Services. Why? Because we don't just do work in Waldorf. And so, we do work in, I don't know, probably 30 to 35 different little towns. And, you know, a lot of times people are very territorial. And so they'll think that you named yourself that because you're only in that area. Does that make sense? So again, pick a professional name. Don't use your name. Don't use your city or your county. You know, let's say the name of your county is Howard, right? Don't call it Howard County Pressure Washing or whatever, because you might go to other counties. All right. That's a great tip for you guys. Then once you get the name, you sit down with your accountant, you put in the paperwork. I want to say it takes about 3 to 6 weeks to get the paperwork in the mail. At least that's, of course, guys, I did this 14 years ago, right? So, I've had my accountant since 2003. I mean, I've had my accountant for 22 years, but I've only been in business for 14. But he did it for me, and then the paperwork came, and then I actually went down here in Maryland. It's in Baltimore. I actually went down there to the courthouse down there and filled out the rest so I could get the bank account. You're gonna have to, you know, walk through that process with your accountant, and then also, I don't know what that process is for your state. It might be different. And then also, I did it 14 years ago. It might be different today. Today, it's probably just everything online. But anyway, so get the name, get the LLC. Once you have all the paperwork, like the articles of organization and all that you're going to need to open up the bank account, do that. You know, I don't think the bank matters all that much. I would go with, I have M&T Bank. I would go with, you know, any bank that caters to businesses. I wouldn't do Bank of America because they're always super busy and it's annoying to go in there. But, you know, I would do any bank that, you know, deals with, you know, is dealing with a lot of businesses. Okay. And so that's your number one tip there. So once you've done that, we're going to move on to tip number 2. And it's this: while you're waiting for your paperwork, which I just mentioned is going to take you anywhere between 3 to 6 weeks. While that's happening, you're going to set up three specific things. Number 1, you're going to set up your Facebook, you know, your business Facebook account, which is free, doesn't cost you any money. So you go in there. So let's say, you know, you do have your business name, Mr. Nice or Mr. Nice Guy Pressure Washing, right? So you go in there, you set up your free Facebook. The second thing that you're going to do is set up a website. Now, I'm going to give you guys a great tip on this. You know, I have a very professional website. I'll put up a screenshot here for you guys of Mr. Bubbles, MrBubbles.com website. You guys can go on there and check it out. The problem is, you know, getting a very, very professional website is going to cost you a lot of money. And a lot of money, we're talking $6,000 and up. My website, to get my name, you know, to buy the rights to the name Mr. Bubbles, and also to hire the company to do the website for me. I mean, that process for me was about $13,000. And a lot of you guys, most of you guys, are not going to have that sort of, you know, resource to, you know, starting out. So what I recommend you guys do instead is you go to GoDaddy.com, okay, GoDaddy.com, and they have templates. They have website templates, right? So literally while you're going through the process, you put in, you know, pressure washing, and a template will already pop up. And then literally you could just, you know, modify it, put phone numbers, kind of like how you set up a Facebook account. You can set up your own GoDaddy website. Now, here's the other tip for you guys. If you're not very, let's say, tech savvy to be able to do that, or you don't have confidence in doing that, like building your own website, because, you know, with GoDaddy, you're talking like under $200 to get this done. But what I would do is I would go to Fiverr.com. I'll put it up here for you guys. And Fiverr, you can hire, you know, people on there to do this for you. They're essentially freelancers that work from home from all over the world. And, you know, you just give them an example of a website that you want, and they can create the website for you through Fiverr. Like, they'll log on to your Fiverr and they'll do it for you. So I recommend you guys do that. That's going to be a cheaper alternative. And then obviously, as you grow in the business in terms of knowledge, skill sets, and finances, then you can, go back and get yourself a super duper professional website. So that's a hack for you guys. Now, the third thing is GMB. GMB, you're going to already need your LLC paperwork because they're going to require that when you apply for your GMB. Your GMB, guys, stands for Google My Business. It's that it's the site people go to, like whenever you put, like, for example, let's say Mexican restaurants near me and the 5 stars pull up and all that. That's what GMB is. It doesn't cost you any money. It's absolutely for free for you to set up a local GMB page for your small business. But, there is a process. I want to say it can take anywhere from 10 days to about 3 weeks. So once you get your paperwork, I would get that done. And again, your name on GMB is going to be whatever your LLC. That's why, I mentioned choosing your name properly, right? So like, for example, the Mr. Nice pressure washing services would be on GMB. And then of course, I have courses. I have a Wash Life course. I have all kinds of tutorials on my YouTube channel on how you can optimize your Google My Business. As a matter of fact, if you go back in my library, episode 56, that's 56. I mean, it's a 45-minute long episode there, teaching you a step-by-step process on how to do that, how to optimize your GMB. But, by the way, let me tell you guys real quickly about my course. Building a successful pressure washing business doesn't have to be hard. I've coached hundreds of guys in the industry and always noticed the same mistakes: underpricing jobs, wasting money on bad marketing, focusing too much energy on the wrong parts of the business. That's why I built an extensive pressure washing course called the Wash Life Mastermind. Guys, this is a complete pressure washing blueprint with over 20 hours of in-depth training, detailed notes, step-by-step checklists designed to help you grow a real business. Now, we're talking pricing, marketing, sales, systems, finance management, everything I use to build Mr. Bubbles into a successful pressure washing company. So if you're tired of fumbling your way through the dark and you're ready to build your business the right way, check out the Wash Life Mastermind today. All right, guys, moving right along. So, number one, we talked about setting up your business, your name, your LLC paperwork, your bank account. Number two, we talked about, the 3 things: website, GMB, and your Facebook. Now we're going to talk about marketing. What is it? What do you need to start your company in terms of marketing? I would say marketing and branding, because these are the few things that I want you to do. They're inexpensive or they're very cheap, but they're going to be, big bangs for your buck. So here you go. Number one, I would go to finprint.com. Once you already have the name, like, again, let's use the example, Mr. Nice, right? Once you have that name, Mr. Nice, you can go to finprint.com. I'll put up the website here. This is where we get our shirts, professional shirts made like this, because they're bleach and / chemical resistant, right? And super professional. So it's going to have your website on there. It's going to have your phone number and your name on there, right? And again, you can order that through finprint.com. If you don't have a logo, they'll create a logo. By the way, if you don't have a logo, you can also get a logo on the same place where we mentioned the website thing, Fiverr.com. They, people there will charge you $10, $15 to create an awesome logo. So, you send the logo to the FinPrint people with your name, phone number, website. They'll create an awesome shirt. It costs around $70, $70 to $80 a shirt, and, with shipping. And it takes a long time because it comes out of the country from Canada. Yeah, Ontario, Canada. So anyway, order that. Again, while you're waiting for everything to pop off, you're doing this, you're ordering your shirts. This is going to help you look professional when you're out there promoting your business. So next thing is you're going to have some kind of marketing on your vehicle, right? So I'm assuming here you have a truck. Now, what I would do is you go to vistaprint.com. Everybody knows Vistaprint, and you order the biggest door magnets that they have. I want to say it costs like right around $80 for the door magnet. And again, you're going to put those on your left and your right door. Ideally, is you want to get a whole vehicle wrap, but you're talking $3,000 ish, right around there. And that might not be, again, that might be too much resources for you guys that are just starting out, because you still, we're going to talk about equipment next. But anyway, so the door magnet, this is what I would do if I was starting a pressure washing business in 2026. So you do your door magnets on your truck, and then I would wrap the tailgate of your truck. That's only going to cost you a couple $100, because think about it. It makes sense, because when you're in traffic, guys, like I am right now, it's my tailgate that people are seeing, not the size of the wrap, even though my entire truck is wrapped, right? So I would start with your tailgate. I've told this story before. When I first started and I was where you guys were, this was me in year 4. The first wrap that I did is I wrapped my tailgate and I wrapped my right door, guys. So it was the weirdest looking thing. I wish I would have taken a picture so I'd have to show you guys, but I had my right door and the tailgate. Nothing else was wrapped. And then as, I started making more money, I took my vehicle to get the rest of it wrapped. So marketing on your vehicle, like I said, start with the door magnets and then wrapping the tailgate of your truck. So now you have marketing on your vehicle, marketing on your person, because we talked about the fin print shirts. The next thing that you're going to do is this right here, guys. You're going to create, let me get one of these right here. Let me see here, guys. Give me a second here. These things, they got really messed up here because of the sun. But I wanted to show you this right here, right? I've showed you this. You don't have to take a screenshot of this 6x9 postcard. It's actually an EDDM postcard. EDDM stands for Every Door Direct Mailer. You guys are not doing that, by the way. That's like year 5, 6, and 7 for you. You're not going to spend that kind of money on doing that right now. Anyway, this is the back right here of my 6x9 postcard. This is the front. Again, you don't have to take a screenshot. I'll actually send you this same exact design, front and back. And all you got to do is copy it. And to copy this design, you can do it a combination of ways. You can use canva.com. I'll put up that website here for you guys as well, because you're going to need it throughout your career. It's think of canva.com as like design software for dummies, basically, essentially design software for dummies. That's what canva.com is. You can go on there, it's like Photoshop for dummies. You can go on there and create anything. This is where we create a lot of things for our YouTube channel, including posts and what is that thing called? The thumbnails. The thumbnail you clicked on this video was created by Canva. So we create a lot of things, even websites you can create on Canva. But anyway, so canva.com, you can recreate this. But if you're not very savvy, you can go back to Fiverr, send them this example, and they can recreate it for you. Now, I also have, the edible version. Now, that is not available for free. It is available in your business in a box. You can also email me for that, and I'll send you the link for that as well. The business in a box comes with the edible version, which would be easier for you. And then you could just, use Canva. But then, like I said, guys, somebody on Fiverr will charge you $10 to recreate that. Like, it's not that hard. It's something that I created on Canva. And I'm not no, design person or anything like that. But anyway, so once you have your 6x9 postcard, and it says, this right here is very important. You see on the top where there's a white box, and the white box says, one of your neighbors just got a Mr. Bubbles house wash, right? So let's say your company, again, is called Mr. Nice. It's going to say one of your neighbors just got a Mr. Nice house wash. That's important. That's on there because of social proofing. And also it's tapping into the sales impulse which is called the greed factor, right? We talk about this all the time on the channel, the 4 factors of impulse. That we talked about this in our sales episode that we did 52. You can watch that on the channel where we break down like the like a complete pitch for you guys, and then also the 4 factors of impulse we talked about there, because the next thing we're going to talk about is sales anyway. But anyway, just to wrap up about the 6x9. So when you get this design, you're going to go to cheapdoorhangers.com. Okay, I'll put it up here for you guys, cheapdoorhangers.com. You go in their product section, you're going to look for EDDMs. Again, EDDM stands for Every Door Direct Mailer. And you're going to pick EDDMs postcards, 6x9. I think, it's like 6.25 by 9, 10-point glossy. And you're going to upload that design front and back, right? And you're going to order 1,000 of them. Now, this is going to cost you with shipping right around $200, maybe a little bit more depending on where you live. For me, I usually order 10,000 at a time. Man, I can't even remember how much I paid the last time I ordered. October of last year, I ordered 10,000. I think I paid, I want to say it was like $1,800 for 10,000 of these things. But anyway, the point being, you're going to order 1,000. You don't need 10,000 we go through these a lot. And what you're going to do with these 6x9 postcards, guys, is you're going to target dirty homes, right? You're going to target like affluent neighborhoods. And by affluent neighborhoods, I mean the neighborhoods in your area that have really nice homes, like $400,000, $500,000 homes and up. And you're literally going to target homes that are dirty. You're not going to carpet bomb the whole neighborhood with these 6x9 postcards. You're going to only put these things in the doors of people's homes that are really dirty. That's it. It's that simple. So the key here is the consistency of doing this 1,000 times a month, right? So you're going to do 1,000 this month, 1,000 next month, 1,000 the other month. I mean, it only takes about an hour to an hour and a half max to do this, because you're only doing like 30 to 40 a day. But let's say you do 50 a day times 20 days, that's 1,000. 50 a day. It's going to take you an hour and a half. Literally, you're just driving up. If you have your wife or a son or somebody that can help you, you can do the driving. They can go up real quick and just put it on the door. You're not door knocking. You're not ringing their doorbell. You're literally just putting a product in the hands of someone who actually, a service in the hands of someone who actually needs said service. Okay. So that's the number one marketing tip for you guys. And then the second one is what we were talking about, door-to-door sales. Again, you can watch episode 52, but you're going to need a pitch. What I recommend you guys do, I'm going to put my email up here for you, askmrbubbles.com, askmrbubbles.com. Guys, any questions you have, anything that you need, any resource that you need, I've been in the game for 14 years. I mean, there's nothing that you can ask me that I haven't already faced out in the field. And you can send me an email asking for the sales pitch. And no, as a matter of fact, when you send me an email, I'll send you over a marketing starter kit for new people, right? And it's going to have your service agreement, your pricing PDF in it. It's going to have the flyers, the 6x9 postcards in it. Everything that you need in terms of marketing to start your pressure washing business will be in this email. Okay, so make sure you email me for that. But anyway, so I was mentioning the pitch, the sales pitch. This sales pitch I call it an elevator pitch, because it's literally like a 30-second pitch that you're going to do. And you're just going to copy my pitch. And you go out there. First, you practice. You practice in the mirror, practice in your vehicle, and then you go out there. And the goal here is you're going to physically speak to 100 people a month, consistently. Okay. So 25 people a week, where you're going to target market dirty homes. And this time around, you're actually going to knock on the door and you're going to do this pitch. You guys got that? So that's it. That's all you need right there for marketing. Guys, let me tell you this. If you haven't optimized Google My Business, again, my channel will teach you a lot about how to optimize your Google My Business. You have a professional looking website, a Facebook page. You have professional shirts, right? Which is marketing on your person. You have marketing on your vehicle, and you have a confident sales pitch. This right here, those things combined with your 6x9 postcards, and you're doing that on a consistent basis. Oh, and I forgot to mention this. When you do pick up jobs, you're going to do the 5 rounds, right? 5 rounds means you're going to put a 6x9 postcard on the door to the left, to the right, and the 3 doors across the street from where you're working. Hence the term 5 rounds. If you're doing all of these things on a consistent basis, if everything that I just mentioned, from an optimized Google My Business to your 5 rounds and everything in between, if you're doing all of those things, you can guarantee yourself 20 to 30 jobs per month. Okay, let's go on the low end. 1 job a day, 20 days you work, 5 days a week, 20 jobs a month. You know, you're looking at, what is that? 20 times 300, 6,000 a month, about $1,500 a week, which basically replaces your current salary, let's say. And then as you get more skill sets out in the field and you start learning more things, you're going to be able to make more money. And that leads us to the last point, right? Because one, we talked about all your LLC paperwork and your bank account. Then we talked about websites, GMB, and your Facebook. We talked about marketing and branding in the third point. And then the last point is we're going to talk about equipment because, man, I mean, the amount of emails, guys, that I get a month, it's just asking about equipment. And I'm going to tell you this. Number one thing is I recommend you guys do not buy a rig. I recommend you build your own. There's multiple reasons for this. The main being is that you're going to develop a skill set that not everybody has, right? When you do that. You know, I mention this all the time. The amount of money that you make is nothing but a reflection of the skill sets that you learn, right? So the more things that you know how to do, the more money you're going to make. That's how that works. So learning how to build your own rig also is going to give you a leg up because when you're out there washing and working, when things happen to your rig, you know exactly what's going on with it because you're the one who built it, right? So this is a huge advantage that I have. I've created every single build that Mr. Bubbles uses. So when my guys call from the field, you know, I can diagnose the problem in seconds, guys, in seconds. Okay. So that's a huge leg up. Now, what kind of system are we talking about? What I recommend you do is you go on my channel and I have 3 different build series, right? Complete series, like step-by-step how-to series. And one is an open trailer. I can't remember for the life of me what episodes they are. Just search it out on my channel. I have an open trailer one. I have a truck build, like in the back of a truck. And then I have an enclosed trailer build. What I recommend for you guys is this. If you have a place to park it, I would do a trailer, like a 6x8, 5x8. They're easy to find. Even good used ones on Marketplace. If you have a place to store it, let's say you don't, then I would use your truck. Okay. And especially use your truck if you have access to a second vehicle, because if you're going to put a rig on your truck, then you can't be driving it to go to a friend's house and things of that nature. That's why I would say that the trailer's a little bit more versatile because you can drop the trailer and still use your truck as a personal vehicle as well. But anyway, so get yourself a trailer, watch my trailer build series. And in that series, if you go into the description, it literally has all of the equipment on there that you order on Amazon in order for you to do your build. And, you know, you're spending right around $3,000 for a build. You don't need super, super expensive equipment. You don't need, when you're starting out, a $20,000, $30,000 rig. You don't need a 8 GPM gallon per minute machine. You don't need a $4,000 or $5,000 pressure washer. You know, you need, I would say bare bones minimum, a 4 GPM, 4 gallon a minute machine. The PSI doesn't really matter for us in pressure washing. It's all about the GPMs, and just follow the blueprints that, I teach you there. Because if you're going to do the trailer build, there's a little blueprint. Like I go step 1, step 2, and then you actually see me do that step on camera, right? So it's going to help you. I teach you exactly how I build my buffer tank, how I set up my equipment, my machine, the gas tank, the hose reels, the whole 9. Even in episode 14 here on my channel, I have a episode dedicated to teaching you how to create a siphon tube, right? And I buy all the parts in Lowe's. So anyway, the bottom line is, if you really, really want to make a lot of money in this business, and you're just starting out and you don't know what to do, I would focus on those 4 things first before you do anything else, because this is going to really set you up. Like I said, if you already have marketing on your person and your body, and you have great Facebook and your branding and we've talked about this before, where, your color schemes, your logos, everything has to match, meaning your website's got to look like your Facebook, and your Facebook's got to look like your GMB. Your GMB's got to look like your postcard, etc. You see, look, like the back of my postcard, you see that right there, guys? How it looks just like my shirt, right? You see the Mr. Bubbles, and this looks like my website, and my website looks like my Facebook, and so forth. Okay, so marketing and branding. If you do just those core elemental things I told you, guys, you're guaranteeing yourself some number between, I would say, $6,000 to $10,000 per month, right there, without doing bandit signs or any Facebook marketing ads or any other. We have 17 different forms of marketing that we utilize here at Mr. Bubbles, right? That we utilize to get customers. I just showed you 2 or 3 of them. That's enough for you to get started. And what's real or realistic in pressure washing is that anywhere between $1,000 to $3,000 per week as a new person you can expect to make. Again, if you don't look like a chuck in a truck, if you look professional, you're pulling up with professional equipment, the bare bones minimum rig, I would say, like I said on camera there, the one that I built on the back of the truck was $3,000. And, you can find your tanks and even hose reels, everything real cheap on Marketplace. And then buy yourself like a 4-gallon a minute machine, which will cost you right around $1,000. Boom, you spend $3,000 and you can get started without having to, waste too much money. One of the core mistakes that you guys make is that they waste too much money on bad marketing. And I just literally gave you the blueprint right there for how you should spend your money on marketing. And we're not talking a lot of money. Some of that stuff is free. Like I said, the GMB, Facebook, free. Website's going to cost you a little bit more, but it's going to pay off for you in the end. And your shirts, your postcards that you're going to do, guys, we're talking less than $1,000 in marketing, and you're going to be able to make $1,000 a week minimum. I'll say $1,500 to $3,000 a week if you follow this blueprint. This is a blueprint for how to start a pressure washing business in 2026. And again, I mentioned this. Guys, email me if you have any questions, anything I talked about on here that you still have doubt on. Also, I'm a great source of resources for you guys. You reach out to me. I'm part of your network. So any question that you have, just email me. I email a lot of guys. Email me everything from questions about their rig to questions about marketing, anything, or even pricing. Some guys send me pictures and get my input on pricing. So anything I can do to help you grow your business, guys, that's what the purpose of the Mr. Bubbles channel is. But anyway, thanks for watching this video, guys. I appreciate it. Make sure you stay glued, stay tuned to the Mr. Bubbles channel because, man, wow. Guys, I got some great videos coming out for you. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bubbles out.